Hello everyone, my name is Lucid and I will be teaching you all how to use the fountain pen, or a beginner's version of it, mostly because I'm a beginner of it, using this thing, and yeah, all the information for the fountain pen I will be using will be in the description. Also, it has a smiley face, so it's just better than every other fountain. Now we have some wacky and silly practice strokes that you're going to want to do to help your hands be less shaky. This first one is just kind of an up and down motion to help get used to pressure, and the second one is just 2 upstrokes and 2 downstrokes to make sure that they look the same, so that when you do upstrokes and downstrokes when writing letters, that you don't make them look all weird by having various pressures. And that's honestly the telltale sign of a bad calligrapher, so just don't do that. So here I'm going to write a bunch of letters in a way that kind of looks similar. I call these things alphabet exhibitions, and they're how I test out how certain fonts look with, scripts look with the fountain pen. So what I do here is sort of like, I call it the curly Q alphabet, because you put loops at the end of basically every letter, and it makes it look super cute and wholesome. You know, the best things. You know, you get some of these emojis, you get some of these amazing images. Definitely nothing wrong with these. So yeah, enjoy. So there's an interesting history behind the font I'm doing here. Script. So this I was going to call, and I actually recorded this prior and called it the Rockstar font. And the reason I called it this was because I was under the assumption, as someone who does not listen to enough rock, that a lot of rock bands use fonts that look like this for their logos and such. And then I did the research, because I was going to put images on the screen of rock bands that have similar looking stuff, but honestly most of them just use like gothic black letter or just really basic stuff. Like, this is almost impact font, so I'm kind of mad that they didn't think of something better to use here. So it is worth noting, however, that this is a very good script to learn if you're wanting to practice pressure, as nearly every letter here involves flicking your pen literally as hard as possible at the end of everything to make it have the effect of being edgy. So yeah, if you're wanting to practice pressure, this is the script for you. Now here for the final submission of the, or rather the final, I just gave up. Okay, so, for this last part, we're just gonna kind of do a bunch of stuff that relates to all of the things I just taught you guys. So, I use a bunch of shifts and pressure in order to create the Rockstar font that we talked about earlier, to write a pretty cool, but mostly, meaningless phrase that I just thought sounded really interesting. Frankly, it doesn't mean anything, but and maybe it's up for interpretation. I admittedly kind of mess up here on the M, but we're just going to ignore that because I did pretty well everywhere else. So, yeah. So yeah, that was the first everyday calligraphy video that was ever commentated by my voice instead of text boxes. Once again, I actually feel like those work a lot better, and on screen you're seeing a bunch of fan art from my Discord. If you want to join that and be featured possibly in the next video, just go join it. We're pretty active over there. Also, thank you all for 700 subscribers. It's seriously insane that we're like growing this fast, considering I only started like 3 months ago and have a really niche community for a really niche topic on YouTube. But you know what? I'm excited. It's great. Thank you all. Also, yeah, if you want to help me hit 1K by November, which is my goal, just subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me. And yeah. Also, I think I'm doing fan submissions soon, so if you want to be featured in the next video, make sure to comment your submission or suggestion for what you want me to write below. I will write almost anything. Just